close to where we belong. And we're trying to go somewhere new.
Hello guys, and welcome to another episode of Astroneer. Now this one is a little bit longer episode. It comes in right at about 20 minutes, but stay with me till the end, guys, because we get a huge payoff at the end. We get the RTG. All right. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to print out the large shuttle. We bypass medium and go straight to shuttle. Now I had to come back to Sylvia to do this because I had to make titanium alloy. To make titanium alloy, you have to have nitrogen, and nitrogen is you can get it on Sylvia, and I did not have any with me on Glacial, where on Glacial is where we decided to where I decided to set up the main base, because it has a lot of the important in-game minerals like titanium and steel. So anyway, so I printed out the large shuttle. I'm going to move my gases that I've captured here, which is hydrogen and nitrogen, and I'm going to fire off the atmospheric condenser to start capturing again, and then I'm going to take off here. And we're going to head from here. We're going to head to I think it's called, I can never remember the name of this planet. Venetia, I think it is. Anyway, I think I said Vesnia. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Okay, so we're going there. And why are we going there? Well, because it has lithium, and lithium is the other component that I have to make RTGs, and that's the end goal for today's episode, is to make an RTG. So anyway, I haven't been to this planet, so it doesn't really matter where we go. We just pick a landing spot and we're going to go. And when I land, the first thing I'm going to be hunting out is resin, because resin is going to allow me to make the consumable oxygen filters. And that's going to allow me to do exploration on the first cave level without tethers, because I don't have an oxygenator. I didn't build an oxygenator and put it in my shuttle there like I should have. So, but that's not really a big deal. You can do exploration without tethers. You just have to keep some resin and make you some oxygen filters, which I found some, and so resin is one of those compounds that is on every planet. So anyway, I've made it. Now, one thing you want to kind of pay attention to when you're doing this is, with tethers you have a means by which to retrace your steps and to go back where you're at. With oxygen filters, being using them rather than tethers, you're not going to have that. Okay, so you're going to have to use the compass that is in the game. And if you didn't know, yes, there's a compass. I'm going to show you here in just a second. Now, as I get to the bottom here, I have to be careful, because I've got to the first cave area, and I don't want to slide off down in there and die. That would be a horrible start to this whole process. So anyway, I'm careful. I've built me a little ramp. I'm easing down the ramp. I'm going to get on down there, and when I get to the bottom of this ramp and I start going to explore, I look around and I try to decide, okay, which way am I going to head, and what looks like the best direction to potentially find some lithium. So when I get down here and I choose a direction, you see I mouse over my body there and I get a compass, and so now I've got my direction I'm heading, so that I'll know which way to head back. See, in this case I'm headed northwest, so I know I'll need to head southeast, excuse me, to be able to get back to the ramp to get back up to my shuttle. And so here I found some lithium. Now lithium kind of looks like little shoestrings that's coming up out of the ground. As you can see, there's a whole field of it back there too as well. So I have found a really good location to harvest lithium. And so I'm going to fill up my backpack as much as possible here. Now, why I only at this point really only need maybe say 2 lithium, 3 tops. Uh, Lithium is one of those components that you're going to need quite a bit of because we're going to, in the next video, we're going to focus on, not going to focus, let me back up here a second, let me rewind. So, in the next video, what I'm going to do is show you guys how to unlock a planet. And to unlock a planet, we have to activate the gate, a gate for that planet, which will then in turn allow us to unlock the planet. So I've made my way back to the ramp, and I'm going to head on back up to my shuttle. And so we get back to the shuttle, and I'm going to unload my backpack. Now, I decided since there was so much lithium in this area, this would really be a good place to come back to harvest more lithium, because what we're going to wind up doing is going to unlock the medium batteries, and we're going to create some of the medium silos, storage bays, the ones that require the 2 titanium, and we're going to create a couple of those full of the medium batteries, because you got to have energy, right, to unlock these, to activate these gates. So the best way to do that is I'm going to show you is we're going to have a medium buggy, a couple of medium buggies with, and we're going to put those silos with those batteries on there, and we're going to hop from planet to planet is the way you can do it. And you can unlock all the planets this way, and you can do it in short order. So anyway, I went down and got me a crystal because I want to create a beacon, and so I know where to come back to get some more of this lithium in a little bit. But like I said, that'll be in the next episode anyway. So going to head back to Glacio. Now, I thought at this time I had everything I needed to make the RTG, but I did not. We're missing one component. That component is helium, because we have to have that to make the final metal that we need, or for the RTG. I've got everything else. I've got the lithium, and I've got the components to make the titanium alloy. I've got, so you got to have steel, titanium alloy, and you got to have helium. And those 3 things create and make the nanocarbon alloy. And so anyway, so I've got to go to Atrox to do this. And I'm going to show you how to go to Atrox and get you a little bit of helium to be able to do this in a fairly, I guess, probably the easiest way that I found to do it. Now, the thing to keep in mind about Atrox is that it's a very uninhabitable planet, because it has essentially no solar and no wind producing capabilities for power. So you have to take initially some sort of means by which to do this. Now, if you've got a medium or 2 generator laying around and you wanted to print you up one of those medium storage silos like that, and create you a bunch of carbon to feed those those 2 medium generators, that's one way of doing it. I was trying to do this in the fastest way possible for me, for video production sakes, and so what I'm going to wind up doing is just using some small little generators and running around and harvesting what do they call it? Man, can you tell? I haven't had all my coffee yet this morning. Anyway, I'm going to use the little medium or small generators in organic as a power source. But anyway, and I kind of thought, well, maybe I should just bypass this part and just do the you know and not show you this. But I thought, well, no, maybe show you the full process of creating the first one. So anyway, so I've created my graphene here, and I've got like I said, I've got the titanium and graphene. I just have got to grab some nitrogen, which I've got because I brought it back from Sylvia. It's over there. There you go. Yep, grab it off the shuttle, and we're going to create the titanium alloy. If you will click on the right thing, there you go. And of course, the other thing, like I said, we're fighting a power issue here. And at some point, I kind of realized that maybe I should unplug the two research nodes over there because they do consume quite a bit of power. And as long as we have wind like this right now, it's not a problem. I have plenty of power to kind of do what I need to do. But anyway, as you can see, it's not real steady. So anyway, so I've got the titanium alloy, and so now I just need to create some steel, which is again no big deal. You just gotta have some argon, and which I have, and some iron and carbon. So grab all those right quick. It's right there behind you. There you go. So anyway, grab the argon. There you go. Put it on there. So now we're going to make the steel. And this is, once I get the steel made and I go to select, this is when I realize I don't have the helium. So anyway, we let this finish printing up. This is when I realized, okay, so I've got to go to, like I said, Atrox. Atrox is like I said, not a nice planet. It's kind of neat looking, but it's not a nice planet as far as trying to get things accomplished. So anyway, I unload my. What you do is you're going to unload your shuttle, and then you're going to take, and you're going to put your you're going to put an atmospheric condenser on there, and then you're going to find some, like I say, some means by which to power it. Now, I went with using the small jennies and using the organics. You could use mediums, like I say, if you have it unlocked and you have it, you can put those in there as well, and you can use that. You'll just need to remember to take a lot of carbon with you because you're not going to have the means by which to do this and because unless you've got a base established already, which I as a general rule I don't normally establish a base on Atrox because there's no minerals there to speak of really, and as far as other than your basic minerals, it's basically you're there for gas. So anyway, I'm going to go around and I'm going to just suck up a lot of organic. Now, I spent quite a bit of time on this planet just going around and mining up this organic and keeping the generators fed. I started off, I think, with 2 and actually found some compound, and I made a third. I wasn't worried about getting a whole lot of helium here because, as you're going to see here in a second, when I go back over to the shuttle to actually start the condenser up to capture the element, it's a real low parts per million. It's like, I think, 25 parts per million. So it takes a while to make a vial of the, or whatever you want to call it, the little nodules that the condenser makes for that component. So anyway, as you can see, I've got some organic here. Starting up the generators. Now your shuttle does, methane's 100, and we do get some methane as well. But here we go, helium. Yeah, it's 25 parts per million. So anyway, so I just load up the organic into the receptacles there, and that'll automatically feed my generators and keep them going. So I spend the next, I don't know, 20-30 minutes, I guess, something like that, just a cycle, just running around, going and getting more organic, more organic. Now, so at this point, I've got a couple of the heliums there, but I wanted to go ahead and grab a methane while I was here as well. And as you can see, I got me a thing of methane. So at this point, I shut everything down, and I'm going to hop back on my shuttle, and I'm going to hop back out because I think I forgot to turn off the condenser. Nope, okay, I'm good. So I'm going to hop back in my shuttle and go back to Glacial. So now I've got the helium that I need, and so I'm going to make the nanocarbon alloy. So if I can keep enough power going here long enough, I'm going to make the nanocarbon alloy, and once I do that, I'm going to grab the lithium there and a little small printer, and I'm going to print up the RTG. Now, it doesn't take a whole terrible long time to print it up, and so as you see here, I'm going to hook up my research again, and I'm going to, so my printer, or the RTG's finished printing, so I'm going to unseat the solder, seat the RTG, and boom, there we go. Isn't she glorious? Isn't she awesome? So now we have continuous uninterrupted power. We're not dependent upon solar, and we're not dependent upon wind. I have repeated the process, created another nanocarbon alloy. Same process. I already had all the components that I needed, the gases, the minerals, and so on and so forth. And so I'm going to just print up another and have a couple of them here on the base. And anyway, I'm going to wrap up the video for now. Remember to like, subscribe, follow me, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. And until next time, y'all have a blessed day.